tonight we saw The Normal Heart.
The play is set in the early 80s in New York City at the beginning of the AIDS epidemic, but it's before they knew what AIDS was. They never actually used the term AIDS in the play.
We meet Ned Weeks in a doctor's office. He had actually come in response to an article he read about this strange epidemic. And he actually starts to ask some questions and starts to investigate and starts to get really angry that no one seems to care about what's going on.
This doctor who's treating a lot of the gay patients that are coming in, she's the one who's like, I need somebody to help me do something about this.
And she reaches out to him because he has a voice, he's a writer. And she says, you can do something about this. You have to get the word out that something's happening in this community.
So he goes to his brother, a very high-powered attorney in Manhattan, and he asks him to form a nonprofit for him. And he starts an advocacy group to raise money and more specifically to raise awareness of what's going on.
Joe Mantello played Ned Weeks, and he was excellent. He was very, very good. I know in the past couple of decades he's been more focused on the directing side versus the acting side, and he still has it.
It was such an incredible performance that I didn't even feel that he was acting.
There isn't a moment that he's on stage that you don't believe that what's happening in that play is not happening to him.
Ellen Barkin is making her Broadway debut as Dr. Emma, and she is also fantastic.
I was surprised to find out it was her Broadway debut. She was very comfortable, she was very good.
She fills the entire theater, and she got huge applause afterwards. Like, it was a pretty fantastic piece of acting.
If you don't understand the epidemic that is AIDS and you want to get a really good idea of how it's affected people's lives, you go see the play.
Everyone should see this play because it tells the history of what happened and how no one was listening and no one seemed to care.
It's the type of play that could be very preachy because it has an agenda, it's got a political agenda and a message, and yet it never felt preachy to me.
Would I recommend it? Absolutely.
I would recommend it highly. It was so well written, and it was so poignant, and it was so well acted.
It's a very deep, intense, emotional piece, but it's very, very well done, and I think it is worth seeing.